All right. Welcome back, everyone, to our deep dive into A Course in Miracles. Today we're on Lesson 43.
Ah, yes.
And I think this one is going to be particularly interesting, especially building off of the last lesson.
Yeah.
Lesson 42 was all about how we perceive things, right? Like we tend to see attack instead of love.
Yeah, we're kind of primed for it almost.
Yeah, and it's like we're willing.
Yeah.
We're putting on these filters,
Right.
and then we're surprised when we only see what we're expecting.
Exactly.
It's kind of a self-fulfilling prophecy in a
It
way.
really is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, Lesson 43 kind of takes this idea and runs with it.
Mm-hmm.
And it comes out with this pretty powerful statement.
It does.
You ready for it?
I'm ready.
God is my source. I cannot see apart from him.
Mm,
Whoa.
that's a big one.
Right.
It is.
Like, that's a lot to unpack right there.
It is.
So I guess my first question is, what does that even mean? I cannot see apart from him.
Yeah. So the course is really diving deep here into how we perceive the world. And it's saying that everything we experience, all of our understanding, the things that we love, even our wisdom, it all stems from this divine source,
Okay, so God.
God.
Got it.
And without that connection, it's like we're trying to navigate, a maze in the dark.
Yes.
We're stumbling around, bumping into things. We can't see the bigger picture. And that's when we start to misinterpret things.
Okay. So let's say I'm walking through my day
Yeah.
and I'm feeling all stressed out. Maybe I get into an argument,
Mm-hmm.
just generally feeling like things aren't going my way.
Right.
Is Lesson 43 saying that's because I've forgotten about God?
It's suggesting that maybe you're seeing those situations through a lens of separation.
Okay.
Remember that funhouse mirror analogy we talked about before?
Yeah.
When we forget our connection to God, our perception gets all distorted, and then we see threats where there might actually be opportunities.
Right.
And we miss the love and support that's really all around us. So,
How do we shift that?
Mm.
How do we start seeing things through this connection to God?
yeah, that's the big question, right?
Yeah. The lesson does mention some practical steps we can take, doesn't it?
It does.
Like, how do we actually apply this in our lives?
Right. Well, one practice it suggests is starting your day
Okay.
with the affirmation, God is my source. I cannot see apart from him.
Oh.
It's like
Yeah.
setting your internal compass,
Right.
to align with that divine connection.
So it's almost like
Yeah.
a reminder
Exactly.
to check in with that idea throughout the day.
Yeah, yeah.
What else may it recommend?
It also suggests pausing throughout the day
Okay.
and asking yourself, how does this situation reflect my connection to God?
Oh, interesting.
It might sound simple, but it's a way to cultivate mindfulness.
Okay.
And to start seeing those everyday moments through a different lens.
So instead of just automatically reacting,
Right.
you take a moment to consider a different perspective.
Exactly.
I like that.
It's about shifting from that reactive state to a more mindful one.
Where you can tap into that inner wisdom and guidance.
And then the lesson ends with this question. How can I deepen my understanding of my relationship with God as my source in challenging situations?
Yes.
So it's not just about remembering God when things are easy, right?
No, not at all.
It's about leaning into that connection even more
Absolutely.
when things are tough.
Yeah. It's in those challenging moments that this lesson can be the most transformative, I think. By remembering that God is our source, we can find strength, clarity, and peace, even amidst the chaos.
That's a great reminder. Thank you. This has been a really insightful deep dive into Lesson 43.
It has.
It's definitely given me a lot to think about in terms of how I'm approaching my day and how I can shift my perspective to see that connection to God in every situation.
It's a powerful practice.
Yeah.
I encourage you to keep exploring it. See how it changes your experience of the world.
I definitely will. Thanks for joining us today, everyone. See you next time for our deep dive into Lesson 44.